and you open up some things. You've had children, that opens up a lot of learning and possibility. But the power of what we're talking about is, when I say the problem is how you see the problem, the title of my book, it's basically everything going on in your life, the events of your life are being filtered through your worldview.
Wow. Welcome to the Sold Out Sales Podcast, the podcast that will equip both the seasoned sales professional and the more reluctant seller with mindset shifts and strategies needed to succeed in a competitive marketplace. Welcome back to the Sold Out Sales Podcast. I am always stoked to be here. It's one of my favorite times of the week when I get to hang out with cool people like all of you all and cool people like Lisa Kallman. I am so delighted to bring her back. We had her last year, had a fantastic conversation about overcoming limiting beliefs, specifically about money. And Today, I want us to kind of dive deeper into that conversation. So, Lisa, why don't you say a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you, and then tell us something that we may not know about you by looking at your bio.
Well, my name is Lisa Kallman, and I am 67 years old. I've been actually training and facilitating and coaching transformation, personal development, leadership for the last 38 years. And I have twin boys that are 16 years old. I did not birth them, and I'm their mom. And that was a big breakthrough opportunity for me, because as much as I thought I knew about my own triggers, wow, now they're teenagers. It's really, really powerful and valuable. And so I'm also the author of the book, The Problem is How You See the Problem, which is all about your perspective and how you can relate to what's going on in your life. And what you don't know about me is that I've become a fan of plane spotting with my son. Like, we go to the airport and watch these big planes land. It's really cool. I didn't think I'd like it, but I really actually love it.
That's interesting. All of it, to be honest with you. First of all, we got to go back a minute, because I want to know what your facial routine is, what your diet is, because did you say 67? There's no way on earth you're 67.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I've always been active. Mm-hmm. I love sports. I used to be a runner. Now it's more like gym and walking and stuff like that. And interestingly, as I gravitated through my life, I stopped eating like pork when I was 14, and then I stopped eating beef when I was 21. I stopped eating chicken when I was 33, and it was just a choice along the way. But what I found out, and I think is fascinating, is I actually eat exactly as that whole book that says eat right for your blood type. Mm-hmm. I'm the A positive, and I gravitated naturally to that's what feels good for me. So I do eat fish and stuff, lots of vegetables, stuff like that.
Interestingly, most people don't know that about me either. Is that I long story short, I had some major intestinal or gut issues, for many years, actually. And so I don't eat meat either. I love it. I do like it, but I don't feel great with it. And so same thing. I eat. Yeah. I call it 80-20, 80% fruits and vegetables, and then 20% other proteins and fats. So, and it makes me feel great. And this is my life.
My energy's better that way too. Yeah, I love cheese, but it doesn't love me.
Right on. Same. I love it. I wish I could eat more of it, but it doesn't do well for me. So that's really interesting. And I also raised 3 boys. So I had 3 teenagers in the house at one time, so I can also relate on that front.
I was like, I am so admire women who have raised young adults, and especially boys. I mean, I know girls have their moment, but I just know boys.
Boys are a different animal, I tell you. The way that we think, I love your book title, by the way, the way that we think, the way that we see things really informs everything that we do, every decision that we make, how we show up in business, how we lead, how we parent children, all of those things.
Yes.
So kind of catch us up, especially those who haven't seen your episode from before. I do recommend you go back and listen. I'll make sure we put the episode number in the show notes so we can actually have people catch up. But what's your advice for breaking through fear and stepping into confidence so that we can make better decisions, we can lead better, all of those things?
many of us know we were very much influenced by our upbringing.
Right.
Whether it's your family of origin, where you grew up, your experiences of life, etc. And what most people don't know is generally by the age of 8, maybe 10, but usually before 8, actually by 8 years old, our particular view of life is pretty set, our worldview, the way we see life. That can shift, you're not stuck with it, but most people live into it without knowing that's what's deciding for them. So I have a question for you and your audience. What color are yield signs? What would you answer to that?
I would say yellow. Maybe I'm wrong. I think they're yellow.
Yeah. So they're not. They're red with a white triangle in the middle. They're red with a white triangle in the middle. And they changed from yellow to red in 1972.
Wow.
So for over 50 years, or it's 74, one of those, but it's 50 years. For over 50 years, they've actually not been there. And I can't even tell you how many people say yellow. Well, that's from an experience of either seeing them on movies if they're younger, or I was born in 1958. They were yellow until I was a teenager, until I was a young teenager. So it comes from even downloaded sort of paradigm and beliefs.
I literally had to look it up. I'm like, you're right. They're red and white. That is so powerful what you just did there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And it's also scary because
it's crazy, right?
Yeah. My worldview at 8 to 10. Oh my God. Yeah. That's scary.
And you open up some things. You've had children. That opens up a lot of learning and possibility. But the power of what we're talking about is, when I say the problem is how you see the problem, the title of my book, it's basically everything going on in your life, the events of your life are being filtered through your worldview.
Wow.
And even more powerful, if you can get yourself to the event itself is neutral, not to you, but it's inherently neutral. I can't remember if we talked about this or not, but if you think about a wedding, you've been to weddings, right, Tish?
Had one.
Ever been bored at a wedding?
I have.
Have you ever been excited at a wedding or joyful?
Yes.
Have you ever been sad?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So take a wedding of 200 people, and there's people who are bored, sad, excited, joyful, all of it. Same event.
Yeah.
Completely different experience. Now, we know this with traffic accidents. So a traffic accident will happen, you have the witnesses, and it'll be, my gosh, we're going through this in our news right now. There's like video, and everybody has a different perspective of this thing that happened in Minneapolis. I don't know when this is airing, but anyway.
Yeah.
So that's all you can do. So first of all, I want you and everyone listening to know it's all you can do. The power of the opportunity as a leader is to know, oh my gosh, this thing just happened. You know, whether it's your flat tire or you get laid off or you lose a client or you don't have you launch a product or a workshop and it doesn't work out the way you wanted it to.
Yes.
Well, I'll give you three or four quick steps. First of all, notice if you have an experience that's triggering. So frustrated, upset, angry, sad, down in the dumps, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Notice that you're experiencing that. Then think about the event like, okay, if that's inherently neutral, it's never neutral to us because we make meaning out of everything. It what has us as human beings be so intelligent.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog or cat?
Not anymore, but I've had several.
Yeah, okay. So if you have a cat or a dog out there, your cat has no issue with their dog being or their cat being.
Right. Right.
Human beings are the only beings on the planet that have an issue with our own beingness, and how we're being.
Yeah.
So the event is inherently neutral, not to you. So notice, okay, how am I looking at this? If the trigger's really intense, then notice where in my past, like especially growing up, did I have a similar feeling? Where when I was growing up with my parents or my siblings or my teachers, or if you have trauma, you may have done a lot of work on this. Where did I have a similar experience? Okay, so I'm sort of projecting that experience out onto this event. And what's another way I could see it? Is my perspective or interpretation empowering me? Nope, not so much. Well, how could I? What would be a perspective or interpretation that does empower me?
Wow.
So, quick example, I share a home with my ex and our kids. We just remodeled and decided that was the best thing to do financially and spiritually, everything. So we get an electric bill. It's way higher than we imagined, like most people right now.
Right.
And, it's funny because we both had this moment of like, oh, shit, oh, crap, And then she said, and it's perfect because she's done a lot of this work, well, I'm just so thankful we can pay the bill.
Yeah.
So in a moment, rather than being triggered and frustrated and, oh my God, and when the kids are on their computers or whatever we would go to sort of fix it.
Yeah.
We went like, okay, let's take a moment and shift the perspective, being gratitude. And then, okay, now might we take some actions? Yeah, we might, solar or whatever,
Yeah.
And so it's important. Now back to your question really quickly. So when you're experiencing fear, by the way, don't forget fear and excitement are the exact same physical sensations.
Yeah.
So when you're experiencing fear, go, okay, I'm afraid. Okay, what am I afraid of? Like, ask yourself, what's the worst possible outcome here? Take yourself down the road, because that's what's happening internally. We're going down this road.
Right.
Like, what's the worst possible outcome? Okay, I get rejected. My launch doesn't happen. My spouse, partner, teenage child gets frustrated, upset with me. Okay, then what? And then what? And then what? And then what? And most often, you're not going to get to, well, I'm going to lose everything and die alone. That is not going to be where that ends up.
Right.
Okay. So go, okay, so what I'm really afraid of is that I might not successfly get this launch as well as I wanted to. Right? Instead of 20 high paying clients, I get 5.
Right.
Okay. Well, then what can I do with that? Like, what would be a learning? Or also, if I really want 20 and if I talk to 30 and I get 5, well, I might have to talk to 50. Okay, can I do that? Am I going to die if I do that? No. So really work yourself a little bit with questions like, well, what am I afraid of? What would that look like? Why am I? Da, da, da.
If you're someone who hates to network because you don't always know what to say, I get you. I'm an introvert too, and I've created a free gift for you. It's my networking and sales handbook just for introverts, and it is at tishtimes.com. It'll be the first pop-up you'll see. Grab it. Let me know what you think about it. It's free. Go grab it right now.
One of the things I always tell myself, especially with the folks that are following you, and I've listened to lots of your podcast is really great stuff.
Thank you.
You are still the expert in what you do.
Right.
You are still an entire up level to whatever you're talking about that most human beings. Mm-hmm. So you can go out there and you can say stuff and step into knowing they see you as the expert. They may not resonate with you. They may not be your people, and they're still going to see you as an expert. Okay. So that's a couple of things I do.
Love that. And I also want to take what you're saying and apply it to the person who knows that they're good at what they do, who wants to get in front of their ideal client. But all of what you just said, those limiting beliefs are stopping them from showing up, from making the phone call, from getting on the stage, right? From following up when somebody maybe didn't say yes the first time. How can they break through that belief that's literally impacting their bank account? It's impacting their ability to do business.
Yeah, 2 possibilities. My experience is that people take action, people go for it when one of 2 things is the case. Either they want it badly enough.
Yeah.
Look at the desire, the vision, the possibility, they want it badly enough.
Yeah.
Or they can't take it anymore.
Ooh.
That's like, I can't live this way anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for some of the people I imagine follow you, like sit down and write, why does this matter? what is important enough to me that I have this successful business? What impact does this make on my family, my legacy?
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to get out there to do it just for the money.
True. Right.
They're going to do it because the money provides them. So you know what? I've been dreaming of a lake house and for my family to go to every summer as my kids get older since I was 20 years old. Boom.
Do it. Yeah. Wow.
But it's interesting because we one of our family traditions, no matter what's happened, the chaos in the family, is that we go to Hawaii every year. We go to Kauai. We have a place we love, and my kids have literally been going since they're 8 months old.
Wow.
I will tell you, I will move mountains to make that vacation happen.
Yeah.
Because it matters to me. Now, they can't take it anymore is, oh, wow, if I don't successfully get out there and bring my clients in, this is going to severely impact my ability to send my kids to college or give us the lifestyle we want. Or, you know, I've been doing this for 5 years and I keep paddling my feet like a duck underwater and I won't launch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sick of myself.
Yeah.
You know, like they want it bad enough, vision's big enough, or they can't take it anymore. And then the other thing, if somebody is having a hard time getting to either of those, ask yourself at the end of your life, what do you want to be most moved, touched, or inspired by having been or done or accomplished? What is, like, you're there, you know it's time, you're ready to roll, you know, you're ready. It's like, what do you want to have fill you up? Not just who's going to be there, that's important.
Right.
But what do you want to have been done or accomplished that you're most proud of or inspired by?
Yeah. It's got to be bigger. You're right. Money is a tool and it's a vehicle, but it's not the main thing. And most people don't think beyond that. We're almost out of time, but I want to ask you, Lisa, what is a success story, whether it's yourself or someone that you've helped, that had such a huge breakthrough that it surprised even you?
I have a friend of mine who is a chef. She's actually a celebrity chef. And for many, many years, she had a vision of opening up a inner city kitchen in Los Angeles to feed the community, to empower the community. She's African American, to uplift the nutrition and possibility of food in a community that struggles.
Okay.
So she had this big vision for it, and you know, she did fine for herself, did well, all that, beautiful family, but never launched that, never got behind it, because what she wanted to do was buy a building and then offer all this stuff. Well, you know, we're talking about a building in Los Angeles. It's expensive. Yeah. So through this work, she got past her fear of it'll fail, it won't work, nobody will be on my team, they won't get the vision, and got a couple $1 million in grants, and also has gotten a couple $1 million of investors to step in with her. But she never launched it. She never made it happen until she kind of confronted what was the stop, both in her leadership, her confidence, and the way she related to money, which we talked about last time.
Yeah. There's so much to what you bring to your clients, to the world. And we all need a level of transformation around the way we think. And I think it's so powerful if we'll address maybe what's happened many, many years ago, and we're still thinking yield signs are yellow. And find ways to get past it. I think that everything can change for us. I'm so grateful for having this conversation. I wish we had more time. Unfortunately, we're out of time. But tell everyone how and where they can reach you, and you know, where's the best place for them to find out more about you?
Yeah, so thank you. And thank you for asking me. I was a yes immediately with you because I love your questions. I love how you sort of dance with the possibility of what we're talking about. And just, you're really great at it. So I'm glad you're doing this. You can find me at lisakelman.com. I have a little ebook they can get for free, and download. And then if you want my book, The Problem is How You See the Problem, it's on Amazon. It's $10, reading, Kindle, and I think it's $5 on Audible. It's not my voice. I got a really lovely Australian woman voice.
Wow.
I was like, oh, people would like that.
Yes.
You know?
Well, I will be getting that book for sure.
Yeah, great. Love that. Well, send me your address. I'll send you one.
Oh, I will definitely. I'll
Yeah.
take you up on that.
I love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so
I
much,
love that.
Lisa.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tish. Everyone have a great beginning of the year. Year of the horse, I guess, is what it's called. Year of the fire horse. Because it's the Chinese New
Yeah.
Year. We're coming out of the snake into the horse. And it feels like it ran out of the stable early. Like, to me, like this year went.
Yeah, lots going on already.
Yeah.
I just invite you all to not only listen to what Lisa is talking about, but to apply something that she actually said into your life, into your business. And it seems like this is kind of the one thing that can change everything. So thank you all for being here. We'll see you back here next week. Thanks for listening to the Sold Out Sales podcast. I would be so appreciative if you would show me and my amazing guests some love by leaving a review on your favorite podcasting platform. Also, go over to tishtimes.com/resource page and make sure you pick up your sales and networking handbook, especially for introverts. Also, I would love to continue this conversation, so make sure you connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I'll see you back here next week.